Well, we're back. Been a while since Chris and I have recorded, but here we are. How's it going, Chris?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Didn't do a mic check
Good to
before
be
we
back.
came on. Yeah, no, seems to be good. Click,
There we go.
click. Yeah, sometimes every now and then it will jump to my monitor microphone, which is dreadful. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
I've,
should
I've
have
heard
checked
an
before.
episode of that. It was
Yeah,
a fun lesson.
terrible, like really bad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man,
yeah.
man does the same.
So this is a catch-up episode. So me and Chris can have a quick catch-up, and also we're going to be jumping on with Glyn and Laura, who, if you remember from an episode not that long ago, I think it was like April, maybe we did that.
Yeah, it was episode 255, row sleep repeat, 100 days across the Indian
There you go.
Ocean that
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
them on.
Chris is way ahead of me. He's like he's doing his job basically. I'm off the ball today. So okay, so Chris, remind us. So what are they doing currently?
Yeah, okay. So they're taking on a row across from Australia to Kenya across the Indian Ocean. So it's 5,500 miles. They're doing it in aid of Race Against Dementia and Rocks of Recovery. It's a four-person team, two men, two women, made up of Billy Taylor, Susanna Cass, Glyn Roberts, and Laura Vafiadis, who we had on last time. They're going in 2 hours, 2 hours on, 2 hours off shifts, 24 hours a day, 7 days for approximately 100 days. They're going to set two world records in the process, which I believe is like, I don't know the full ins and outs of that. I can't quite remember, but I think it was like basically being the first two females to do this crossing was one of them. They've raised nearly 14,000 for the charity so far, which is class. And obviously there's a bunch of other stuff that they're doing around that as well to support like mental health, PTSD. They're helping out with research on plastic pollution. They're doing like uh, video calls with school leavers and the next generation basically to try and inspire some more adventurers and spread that education. Obviously we had Laura back on, didn't we, in episode 227, Waves and Resilience.
Yeah,
She'd done a solo row back in 2022 from Spain to Antigua in aid of prostate cancer. That took her, I think it was somewhere around 100 days as well. That was a 3,000 mile solo row in a very similar boat to what they're in now. So yeah, worth checking those episodes out if you're
definitely.
new and this is the first time you'll heard of these guys. They're amazing people.
It's actually blown my mind when I think about where they are right now and where they're going to be doing this from. If it connects, like we're hoping that we're going to be able to make connection with them. But
Yeah.
it really is like it's crazy when you think about it. Like they're
I know, yeah,
literally in the
they're
middle of
coming
the
up
ocean.
to about halfway in this. I think they've done about 2,500 miles already,
Yeah,
and I think they're 40 odd days in. The sanity's clearly starting to slip. So the Glyn and Laura that you may have spoken to and heard from back in episode 255 probably aren't the Glyn and Laura we might get tonight. Uh,
yeah,
bear in mind, it's also going to be about 7 o'clock in the morning for them when they jump on shortly.
yeah.
So,
And we do have some quite burning questions to ask them as well, don't we? We're
yeah,
very
yeah,
curious about
like
certain
all,
aspects of this.
yeah, they're thinking they're going to get serious airtime, and we're going to ask them about their toilet arrangements.
Yeah, because so they have a bucket that we've established. Me and Chris have affectionately called the shit bucket, which they did lose overboard. So that's like somewhere at the bottom of the ocean now. But they've got a makeshift one or something. They had
They,
or a
they had a
backup.
make. They lost the first makeshift bucket as well, so they've actually lost two of them.
Really?
Yeah, they've lost two shit buckets. So, I mean, you come up with a fantastic idea saying we should have sponsored the bucket, right? And we could have had like the Major's mess bucket
Yeah,
on.
put the podcast logo on the side of it.
Uh, every
So
every
what?
time
So
it's
what are
you'd
they
never see it
using
on
now? Just
camera,
an
would
old
you?
coffee
So
pot or something?
I don't know. It's at this stage they're probably going to be shitting in an empty bag of crisps, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yeah, who knows? Well,
These are the
I'm
burning
excited to ask
questions
them
that
about
the,
that.
the listeners want to know, though. You know what I mean? Like we're asking, it might seem a little bit childish, but we genuinely are intrigued. How does this work? even when they did have the original shit bucket, how is this arranged? Do they have to announce it?
Yeah,
Because I'll be honest, like when I go to toilet, I don't like to announce it to everyone. I just like just sneak off and go. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But like
yeah,
you
yeah.
having to announce it, like I need a shit,
They're on a
guys.
tiny boat with two
Yes.
small cabins. You've got two girls sleeping in one, two fellas sleeping in the other. And other than that, there's basically just two rowing seats between the two tiny cabins.
Yeah.
And that's their living space. Like, go and look at the pictures, guys. It's this boat is tiny. And
Here's another
they've
question
already
for you,
spent
Chris.
40 days on it together.
But here's another one. So okay, there's one shit bucket we've established. They've lost two. There's only one left. I can't imagine they've got any other spares. So on the last one, what if they've both got the shits at the same time?
Yeah. Well, I imagine that it's the thing is as well, they've had like from what I can tell from their updates, they've had like really rough seas to the
Yeah.
point where they've had to deploy like it's like a parachute anchor or something it's called, a para anchor, or I don't know. But
Yeah.
basically, it's this thing that drags behind the back of the boat to stop the boat flipping over
Yeah.
in rough seas, and they've had to have that out, from what I can tell, for at least a couple of days or multiple times. So,
But it's
yeah, I'm
scary, isn't it?
really
Because
looking
you
forward
think
to
like
catching up with them because,
the
like,
only
it,
thing, the only thing holding them there when that's happening is this like this anchor under there was like a parachute under the water. What if like a whale comes along and decides I'll
well,
eat that or I'll
they've
play with
seen
this?
whales, haven't they? Like I've seen
Yeah.
some of the video. Like I I don't want to spoil too much before we get them on because I'm sure they'll have their own things to share, and I think it would be cool to find out like what's the coolest thing they've experienced so far, and
True.
what's been the worst thing about being on the boat with the four of them and stuff. But
True.
all of these questions, like about like how they go to the toilet, like I still can't picture that in my mind because
Yeah.
let's be honest, if you've got two tiny cabins, you don't want to risk a fuck up in one of those two tiny cabins. If you take a shit or something in a bucket and it's your bad stomach or whatever, like that tiny and say for example the bucket tips over, how do you properly clean that so it doesn't stink for the next
I
60
know.
days
Yeah.
out at sea? You can't. So surely they're doing that out on deck. Like, sorry
Yeah.
guys, everyone go away. I need to absolutely destroy the crisp packet that we're now using.
I know. It's beyond me, honestly. It really is.
It
Okay,
it
so
it it would
we'll
it would
wait. Go on, mate.
go on. You go on.
I was just going to say we'll wait for them to come on before we get into it anymore because we
Yeah,
obviously don't want
yeah.
like we've got a lot of stuff to talk about first, haven't we? So,
I imagine that it probably needs you to have a very honest, open relationship with your teammates. Like, I
oh,
imagine the
definitely.
bond experience that would be, there would be very little else to compare to it. I imagine being in the trenches in the military is probably a similar experience in terms of like
Yeah.
that you're just seeing warts and all for everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no
Yeah.
hiding. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean? But
scary, isn't it? To
yeah,
think
what
about
have you
like
been up
never
to?
do it. Well, yeah, I'll be quite brief just because there's loads of stuff that I've done, but I'm obviously we're on a bit of a crunch, but yeah, so obviously like, I'm still grieving my mum, so I won't get into it, but like that's been hard this summer. It's been really hard, so I've tried to keep busy and I've tried to do things that make me happy because I know that's what she would want. So, I went to Boston. So me and Kelly, who used to host this podcast with me, we went to Boston and we did all that and we met the
Did you get
bands
the
that we
cap
went to
while you were
see.
there?
Yeah, I got the cap while I was there, and yeah, we did a tour of Fenway. It was amazing. Absolutely love Boston. It's I've not been to loads of cities in my lifetime, but like that is definitely my favorite. I just loved it, and I can't wait to go back. It was an amazing trip. I did talk about it on the last episode, so I won't go on about it too much now. But yeah, that was amazing. And then me, Dina, and the kids have been to the next province over. They have provinces in Canada. It's not states, it's provinces. So we went from Nova Scotia to New Brunswick, and we that was last weekend, and we were there in a place in a like a city called Moncton. So we did that, did all the beaches there. That was really cool. The water park. And then the week before that, we went to PEI, which is short for Prince Edward Island. And that's the smallest province in Canada. It is literally an island, and you have to take either a really long bridge, one of the longest bridges in the world, to get to it, or you can take a ferry. You drive your car onto the ferry and do that. So we drove over the bridge, and then coming back, we drove on the ferry, which was cool. So yes, we did that. That was fun. So I've just been keeping busy. I've got the pub crawl coming up. Bertie's coming over for that from Newfoundland. Tony's all geared up for it as well. Loads of people have said they're gonna go, so I'm a little bit like, like sort of overwhelmed. It's going to be great. But like I've had so many people go, yeah, man, I'll come to that. It's going to be so much fun. I booked the day off, and I'm like, wow, this is like getting serious now. So
It's snowballing into a thing.
yeah, yeah, basically, yeah. So it's going to be really
Yeah.
fun. Like, that's what we want. That's why we invited people. But like, I didn't think this many people would be interested. Like, you know, so it's really nice that they are. So I went all out and I've ordered like a bunch of merch off the internet just to give out to people that show up. So I've got a little box here. I've done like little fridge magnets with the podcast info on them. There's these, I'll show you this one actually. There's these beer koozies to put your cans of beer in with the podcast
Nice.
pub crawl thing on them. Oh, I'll send you some of this stuff as well, Chris, obviously. Even if you don't want it, you're getting it. A bottle opener
Of course, I'd want it.
with the podcast logo
Awesome.
on.
Look at that.
Stickers. There's a little keychain with the pod logo on it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. This is cool. This is actually a really good pen. It says Major's Mess Hall Podcast on the side. So I'll send you one of
Mint.
them. And then there's like bands as well. So I'll send you one of these for your son. I don't know if he'll
Yeah,
be
you need you
interested,
need
but
you need to put me together a little package of that
yeah,
because
a little care package and send it to
obviously
you. So
I
yeah,
talk
so
to a lot of people about it and stuff. So a
yeah, exactly. And mate, honestly, the
lot of
amount
people
I don't
ask me.
even know where they are, but the amount of like business cards I ordered is ridiculous. So I like need to offload a load of them onto you as well. So that's just these things as well.
Do it,
So
yeah, do
it's
it.
just
That's
got
awesome.
the link. It's got the link tree link to it, which takes you to everything on our socials. So yeah, all good stuff, mate. So that's it in a nutshell what I've been up to. It's just been fun. Been trying to, like I say, make the most
Keep
of the
busy
summer and
and
just and smile as much as I can. So so far so good. So what about you, mate? I know you've been on vacation, haven't you?
yeah, I feel like my feet haven't touched the ground the last couple of months. Um, yeah, so I did like a bit of a bucket list trip. We went to Italy. We did like a couple of days in Venice. Then we went up to the Dolomites to do like hiking for a week.
Yeah,
Went to like a load of really gorgeous places around there. Like, fully recommend it. The pictures and stuff that I'd seen of scenery beforehand already looked amazing, but it just doesn't do it justice. It was just like it's like someone's holding a green screen up
yeah,
in front of you and walking around with it. And it's like that's not real. Do you know what I mean? And it just totally is. Amazing place. Um, went and met some friends over in England for about a week. Just a general catch up and stuff. That was good. A couple of my friends have been running the length of Ireland since last Thursday, so sort of support on them. They basically run 370 miles from Mizzen, which is like the southernmost point of Ireland, to Malin, which is the northernmost point, for Dementia UK and PIP suicide prevention charities. They were aiming for 100 hours, which is just nuts, right? But they managed it in like about 120. They've raised like I think it's like 25,000, including like gift aid so far for
that's
their
incredible, isn't it?
chosen charities, which is incredible. They did the whole thing pretty much non-stop. They had 6 hours sleep between Thursday morning and finishing it Tuesday at midnight.
Yeah, that's
Which is
incredible, isn't it?
just nuts. Yeah, 595 kilometers he did. So
Wow.
helping those guys out and went down and did a bit of running with them in the night to keep them sort of locked in and focused. And they were just zombies by that point.
Yeah, oh yeah. I imagine so,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's been good. It's been busy. Just keeping.
So is it somewhat back to normality now, or have you got more stuff coming up?
I'm hoping so. Yeah, like work is sort of at a point now where the big project that I was overseeing, which was like the acquisition of a few businesses and the integration of those, is sort of coming to an end. I'm just about to start a new one, so I'm hoping that won't be as demanding as the last one was.
Yeah,
But yeah, and most of the stuff that I saw, like obviously the kids' summer holidays, there, my little boy's going back to school shortly, and we haven't got all that much planned from this point on. Whereas like in the in the last couple of months, it's literally just been like thing to thing to thing.
yeah,
That I like my calendar was just nuts. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to get a bit more
yeah. Hopefully, mate. Yeah,
normality back.
it's all been good stuff, hasn't it?
It's good, yeah, it's good, but it's tiring. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I was talking to my wife yesterday evening. I was like, I don't even know what day it is at this point.
yeah,
Just like when I realized that it was coming up to it's like starting to come up to the end of the summer, I was like, the hell's happened? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
where's summer gone? But it's good. It's good problems to have, like, um, some family stuff going on as well. Like yourself. Not as bad as you, but we've had a loss of a family friend, and um, some other sort of health issues and stuff in the family. So it's just been mental. But
yeah.
we're past it now, and
That's it, mate. You've got to just take the bad with the good, haven't you? And like it's
yeah,
you just got to it's one thing I've learned is that like you can't. It's very difficult, but you've got to try not to dwell because if you dwell, then it'll take a hold of you, and you can't. And like that's when you start going down a dark path. And there's so much joy that you can have, especially when you've got kids and you're a dad like we are. It's right there for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like literally there every single
absolutely,
day.
yeah.
You can take joy out of your day by spending time with your kids in some way, shape, or form. So there's really no excuse, even
I
for
mean,
anyone really, but especially for the
even
likes of
not
you and me.
even not being in that situation, like I think it's easy, isn't it, to forget when things are good that they're good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're in the moment, aren't you? You don't think about
yeah,
it. That's the thing.
you maybe take it for granted and stuff, you know what I mean? And then when things aren't as good and you get bad things happening in your life and stuff, it sort of puts into perspective that maybe you didn't appreciate
Yeah,
as much as you should have the better times, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the school holidays for people who've got kids is just this through and through, right? Like everybody who I think works from home, like myself, school holidays roll around. Even if you don't work from home and your childcare arrangements and stuff have changed, you end up in this situation where you're counting down the weeks and the days until they go back to school and you can get back into a normal routine.
yeah,
But then you have to sort of stop yourself and realize that like you're in a golden time. Like that's not going to be a thing forever. That there's going to come a point where that's not a concern for you, and they're no longer there, and you maybe barely see them.
yeah,
Or God forbid, like something was to happen, and you didn't have that time, or you're one of these people who maybe, not to get too morbid, but like people who struggle to have children and maybe want them,
yeah,
and they would want nothing more than their summer to be absolutely torn asunder by the
yeah.
chaos of a
100%, mate. Yeah.
child in the house.
Yeah, like this. I remember this year we got rid of my daughter's dollhouse, and I was proper emotional. Like, and she hasn't used it for years. That's the thing. It's sat in her room. She hasn't used it. She's 11 now. She's
It's
not
just
used
like
it.
letting go of a part of the
It's letting
childhood,
go of it.
and
Like, of like, we got this and we built this for her, and like it was in her room, and it's just like it's a sign. And I knew it was going to come one day. We get rid of it, and it was a struggle like getting rid of it. And it's like I go up at night time. I'm not going to get into too much because I'm very emotional at the moment, and I'll literally start crying like it's like a leaking tap. But like I'll go up at night time to like go in the rooms. They have like night lights, so I turn the night lights off and stuff. Because you know what I'm like, I'm a dad, making sure that we save money on electricity and all that. So I go in and like they're asleep, and it's just like they look so innocent, and like go in my son's room and he's surrounded by toys, and I mean he's going to be very much like me when he's older anyway with all the collectibles, but. I just know that like those days are numbered. Do you know what I mean? Like they're getting bigger,
yeah,
and like they
yeah.
start school again in September, and my daughter goes to junior high now, which is like
Wow.
one step away from high school, and I just can't deal with it, mate. It's a lot, like it's a lot.
Yeah, it's
So you've
crazy.
just got to
It's weird
try
how
and
the little
take it
toy
in
things
as much as
can.
you can.
It's weird how the little toy things can set you off. Do you know what I mean? Like there was this toy that my son had, and he was inseparable with it when he was a kid. It was just like a little boat with a bunch of animals on, like a little Noah's Ark thing.
Yeah,
And the last time I went down to see my sister, she's a couple of hours drive away. He knew Josh, her little baby,
yeah,
like this thing. So like, um, I think he basically took it with him or something. And like, you don't really think about it in the moment. You know what I mean? It was just like, it's a bit of plastic, and you pass it on, and it's job done. And then I was sat there earlier, and I was thinking about what to get him for his birthday because his birthday's coming up. And I found out that he loves dinosaurs and stuff. And we started talking about this thing that Theo's got in his playroom, like just to not as the present, but just to pass it on, like because we know he'd appreciate it more at this stage. And I got that same feeling that like he's never going to play with that again.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's
yeah.
now outgrown that, and that's a really weird feeling because
It is. Yeah,
like it's like they always say, right? Like there'll always be there'll always come a time when a thing that they always did becomes the last. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
maybe it's like sit on your knee or hug you in a
pick them
certain
up.
way or do
Yeah,
something silly, and it'll be the last time you ever see it like that, and you don't know when that moment is.
yeah.
So appreciate it, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're going down the fucking gutter here, but I'm gonna be
Just
crying
about
in
to
a
go and
minute.
get me box of tissues there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But yeah, it's true, isn't it? You've just gotta, you know, pull them back to a higher level of what we are talking about for a second. You've just got to appreciate the times when they're good, even if you don't feel they're that good. The likelihood is they probably are, and they could be a lot worse.
yeah, it's your choice to whether you want to be happy or not. So
Yeah, spot on. It's a
you just gotta
choice,
go
isn't it?
for it. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
talking about happy stuff, oh, we are. They want to come in now. So I'm going to quickly
Let
tell you
them
this.
in because they're on the Starlink. Let's get them
All right,
straight
yeah.
in.
All right. All I wanted to say is very quickly, we've got now 34,000 followers on Facebook, so I'm very happy about that.
Incredible.
So, right, there we go. We'll bring them in now. So here we go. I don't know if it's going to be just Glyn on his own, Lara, the whole, all of them. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Right now we've got a picture of Glenn.
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Hey,
It
Glenn, how's it
is.
going?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. How are you too?
You didn't have
Yeah.
to get all done up special for us, mate.
No, honestly, I just ran out of time. I had the shirt ironed and everything ready for you. I didn't want to disappoint. Hey, hey, listen, right? We'll probably get talking about the bucket, but how about this for class, right? I've just come off shift now, and Billy needed a shit straight away. So as we speak, the bucket is in use.
Right. Okay, this is perfect. Right. Walk us through what is the procedure for someone needing to use the shit bucket? How does that operate? Like does so because presumably they do it out on the deck, do they?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, like it stays down the far end. It's right outside the girls' door, actually. So I'm in the
Oh,
back cabin,
lovely.
me and Billy, and the girls are the other end of the deck in there. So I'll talk you through my little routine because obviously it's I can do that. So normally back at home, I'm quite a routine, so I know what's happening, and there's quite a build up to going to the loo. But here, I think because of this food we're on, because of this like dehydrated adventure food, it just builds and builds and builds, and then it's like you might get a couple of farts out, and then your body's like, right, do not do that again. Like this is primed on auto load. It's gonna fucking happen now. So like the flash to bang is tiny. So like I literally went then for the first time at night in 6 weeks. So like I've been avoiding night ops because it just adds a complexity I didn't like. But basically, if I'm out on deck, get unclipped, get clipped behind, warn the girls off, crawl down the deck, get the bucket, get some water in it because obviously you don't want to be going in dry because you're just going to be cleaning for about 10 minutes afterwards. Yeah, get that set, and then I turn round and face back this way. Get me get me trousers and treadies around my knees. You don't want them going any further under your knees, otherwise you'll just be in all the wet on the water, and that's just like adding to your misery. And then like get down into it as well. Because
So
I know
does
you've
everyone
never.
else go into the cabins? Like if you're out because you're doing two on, two off, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
if
So there's
you're out
only
rowing, you're like, fucking hell, I've got to deploy a scud here, you know what I mean? It's torpedo time. Do
yeah.
they have to,
So
is it like
normally,
fuck off
um,
to the cabin?
no. So the other person, the other girl, stays out on deck. So Laura, like, who doesn't like talking about poo or anything at all, she moves herself all the way forward. So she's right outside the deck now while Billy's having a turd. Susanna's all right. She's got enough room. There's enough room on the seat to move forward enough. So like you can get in and do your business. I mean, it's quite close. You know what I mean? But
It's a tiny boat,
uh,
isn't it? So they're
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
hearing splashdown and all that sort of stuff.
Sort of, but when the wind's up, like, and especially at night, we've all got headphones in anyway. But if the
Uh,
wind's up and stuff, then like, yeah, you're not hearing any sound of kind of preemptive gas escapes or anything, and it's not that bad. But I do try to minimise mine. But then, yeah, you get your job done, and it's I've never met me. I'm like quite a big bloke, even though I've lost loads of weight. So the surface area of my arse is bigger than the bucket Mark III because obviously we haven't got a normal bucket now. We're on like a
yeah, you've
high
lost two of them,
average
right?
version. Yeah, 3 in total. But yeah, we're on this little bad boy now. So like, I've just got to get the position perfect to get me little John Thomas in there as well, and then and then it's you're squatting anyway. So it's like that's the most natural position to poo. There's very little effort. Like once you switch that release cast, like you're good to go. And then so you're on with that. And then my method of afters is up on one side. So there's a locker on our left hand side where the toilet paper and wipes are. So I lean up on that to get a bit of an angle, get myself sorted, and then I'll stand up, do my trousers up and everything, and then get the bucket and what can only be described sometimes as fucking depleted uranium rounds to the side of them, over the side, into the water, check the bucket doesn't need clean and give it a swill out, and then get back down and carry on rowing. So all it takes.
So if Laura does hers at the front of the boat, does it float past the boat?
Yeah, it is.
She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me.
I tend to stay forward, but like I've been like, I'm convinced, like, forget global warming, like me and Billy are going to raise the level of the Indian Ocean by about 1 millimeter by the time we finish. Like the size of some of these are just absolutely insane. Like they're going to knock fish out. I'm telling you. Just
there's a stream of dead apex predators behind the boat, like.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? One of my favourite sayings is, "Oh my god, that was fucking massive that it could choke a donkey." But now it's, "Oh my god, that's fucking massive that it could choke a blue whale." Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, there you go.
I'm so glad you walked us through that.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, that's kind of toilets and that. So, but yeah, the hybrid bucket's working well. And awesome. The good thing is it's a cut down version of one of the fuel buckets for the backup generator. We've got like this really cool E4 generator that just backs up our batteries when at night.
So you've got spares if you lose that as well, have you then?
Yeah, we've got like 8 left. So if we just carry it, but like we're pretty confident that we're going to stick with these now. We're all right. They're doing well, lasting well, and nice. they're certainly up to the task. So we're all good on that.
I've already filled everyone in that you're about you're approaching halfway, aren't you? 2,500 miles or something done?
Yeah. So we've so the numbers at the minute are we've rowed over 2,000 miles, which was 2 days ago, which is amazing. Like that's how much we've actually rowed.
Insane.
We're under 2,500 to go, which was yesterday morning. And halfway is about 2,250. So we should be hitting halfway, hopefully over the weekend, early into next week, depending on how the miles are going. So yeah, we're really close to halfway. It's pretty epic, to be honest. Yeah.
How's the mental health?
Yeah, so it's been hard, lads. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, as you know, all three have done all 3 oceans before, and I haven't. But they've said like they've never done anything like this before. Just the way the sea state's been, it's just
been really rough and
so consistently inconsistent. Like, and then even when it does calm down and you can get the oars in properly and you're rowing, it's still all over the place and the wind. So it is just like most of the time hard work and it has taken its toll a little bit, especially because all that results in then is you have slow days, you don't get your miles out, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, right? So we've only done like 42 miles today. Fuck me, that's another. And then like your mind plays tricks on you because then you're doing all the maths, going up, blah 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 blah. But I've just stopped. We're
not going to be done in 100 days and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like you know what I mean. I fucking I'll still be rowing at like Christmas 2027 here or something like. But I've just stopped all that. And what I had the first 2 weeks for me were horrendous. Like the sea state we were in was absolutely insane. It was fucking massive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think we'd said on a couple of posts, like we got it big time. Like genuinely, like waves the size of ours is just dumping on us. Like I nearly went over twice. That was one of the times we lost the bucket. The other time was when we lost the oar. Like And I was really struggling to get to grips with the rowing. I was just all over the place, get jamming up, like get twatting my shins and everything. My shins looked like I'd been Muay Thai boxing for about a year. They were horrendous, and I was just like, I felt like a right mong because I was slowing everyone else down and everything. And then, like coupled with that as well, we're right next to the rudder at the back. I don't know whether you can hear it, but it's just a constant noise because it's in constant friction, and we can WD-40 it and stuff and whatever else, but there's just this constant noise there. And with everything going on and the stress of this new environment, I had this like completely new phenomenon happen to me where my body and my mind didn't want me to go to sleep, I think, because he didn't think it was safe enough because I was getting
you're just
bounced
in
around
like
all
a
the
state of
time.
anxiety and stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I was coming to the end of a shift, and even though, like, say it was pissing down and we were in like 4 meter swells, and I felt like I'd just properly been beaten up for 2 hours, I was like, I'd rather just do this for another 2 hours than go in that cabin and try and get asleep. Because what was happening was I was like trying to, with everything else going on and like cycling in my head, and it was just like not a calm environment. I'd drop off to sleep, but instantly it felt like someone was pushing me face over to the other side, but it was really violent. So my whole body would move to the other side of the cabin, but it was like constant, and it was happening like 10, 15 times in a row. And but on top of that, there was just all these like mental thoughts going on in my head because my mind was all over the place. It's stuff I've never thought of or thought like that before. And I was like, I think I am genuinely going fucking insane here. This is like, you know what I mean? I'm doing myself permanent damage here. And it lasted for about, I didn't really sleep for like about 4 or 5 days. And it was, I just couldn't break the cycle. So I Googled
Did you
it.
start hallucinating or anything like that?
Not really hallucinating, just the thoughts that I was having were just so random, like, you know what I mean? They were just absolutely insane. It was probably close to hallucination, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I started Googling like sleep disorders, and I think the closest I got, because I just stopped reading in the end, was I think it was called something called sleep psychopia. I think that's what it was called. And that's this thing where your body and mind don't want you to rest because they feel unsafe to do so. I don't know whether that's bollocks or not, whatever.
It sounds like
So
it
I
sounds
just
right to me.
Yeah. So then I just
it's mental, isn't it? It's
the
like it's easy, I
shift.
think, when you're on dry land like us, right? And we're just watching your posts and stuff. It's easy to detach yourself from the reality of what you guys are going through.
Yeah.
Do you know
Exactly.
what I mean? And it's nuts. Do you know what I mean? Like your body and that must be fucked now already.
It's crazy. And I was just spending the entire shift like saying to myself in my head, going, right, everything's all right. You're getting to sleep normally. It's like a normal bed. You know what I mean? I got the sleeping bags out, even though it was fucking like sleeping in like 4 saunas at once. Like made the bed up when I got in there, like you know, like a little bit of normal routine to make it feel like
Yeah.
it was normal sleeping. Like eventually it broke after like 4 days, and so like it's come back a couple of times, but nowhere near as long. And then so like my way of coping with it is like kind of a bit like what I used to do in the military is just break it down into manageable pieces. So you
Yeah.
mentioned it
Is that why
before,
you stop
Chris,
looking
where
at the numbers and stuff now? Just do your
yeah,
job and it'll pass.
yeah, the enormity of it is even though we're halfway through, it's still something you struggle to get your head around. So the way we're operating, 2 hours on, 2 hours off, it's dead easy to break it down into manageable chunks. So we swap over. So my first hour I row with Susanna, then the girls swap over, and my second hour I row with Lara, and then obviously Billy takes over from me and then does the same. So the smallest denominator is an hour, and that's what I was just operating on, an hour at a time. I was just like, right, get through this hour. You know what I mean? See how many miles we can do. Like even if it was like 1.5 miles or something shit like that, just get through this hour. Concentrate on your rowing. You know, think about something nice. I don't fucking puppies playing in a field with little ponies or something. I don't know. Just get through this hour. And then, right, hour's done. Have some water, have a break. You know what I mean? Stand up, have a piss or something. Right, get the next hour done. And then 2 hour blocks are great, And then normally, when the going's good, I just operate in day and night now. So just get the day out the way, smash the miles, get the food and all the rest of it. And then at night, we've got the earphones in, there's a bit more distraction and stuff. And then I'll just adjust to how I'm feeling. It's just absolutely pointless thinking about the entirety. But the irony of that is we never stop talking about what we're going to do when we get to Kenya as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're just not
what's first on
talking
the
about
list?
Exactly. For me, it's probably going to be a proper shit if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know, but we'll see. But
You
yeah,
won't be able to. You'll have spent 100
that's
days
kind
at
of.
sea shitting in a bucket. Like you'll be trying to go on the toilet and it won't be happening. So you'll just end up getting a bucket out and going in the cupboard or something. Do you know what I mean?
It's like
Do us a
I
favour,
promise
Laura.
you,
Rock that.
I will not be doing that. Like,
Oh, you're mad. You're
yeah,
absolutely crazy.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. But I mean, overall, we're still doing all right. You know what I mean? We're not. We haven't gone backwards yet. We've only been on the power anchor once.
Yeah.
So we are, even though the progress isn't as quick as we want, we're still making progress. But that said, we've come into a bit of a current that's like useful because it's westerly. It's not pushing us off too much, and that should
Okay.
last
Yeah.
a few days for us with some good weather as well, so we can keep rowing and maybe get a good string together again at like 55, 60, 65 mile days. So we should be like maybe 68 today because we've been absolutely flying. But yeah, if we can
Smashing
just
it.
keep knocking those big shows out, and then that the good thing is we haven't been pushed the wrong way yet. We've been able to manage it
Yeah.
really well, and we've been able to like manage the southerlies and stuff, keeping a bit south, so that when the predominant winds from the southeast come in, we're not going to get pushed too far north and be in a real pickle. So our trajectory is really good. And you just got to remind yourself about stuff like that as well. We're not going backwards. We're not on the power anchor. Fuck me, I tell you what, the power anchor, and then like in lockdown in this space, like you can sort of see how small it is behind me. I think like
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
tiny. Yeah.
tiny, isn't it?
How are the guys on
So
deck?
like when
Can you see the
down,
guys on deck from where you are, or?
you won't see it, mate. It's like pitch black outside. The
Oh, is
moon's
it?
not up tonight. It's like as black as my top. Like you
Oh
won't
wow.
see a
Jeez.
thing. Otherwise, I was going to show you like it's. And then like some nights you get the moon out and there's not a cloud in the sky, and they're like the most amazing skies you'll ever see because like we are the only light pollution, which is tiny on deck because we don't have any lights on
Yeah.
deck. Yeah. So but yeah, mate, stuck in here like 30 hours, like naked next to Billy, like waking up every time and seeing like his third and fourth eye just fucking staring me out like that again because I'm just so close to him. Like, it's like, fuck. I'm just like, oh my God, yeah. And then like, I think I said in one of the other posts, it's like the most ridiculous game of
Twister.
Twister. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm busting for the pitch now. So like, you know, me and him are like fucking canoodling around ourselves, trying to like not put our hands anywhere we shouldn't, just to be able to get up and sit like where I'm sitting with my foot in the footwell now. And then we've got like those geriatric bedpan bottles to have a piss
Oh
in,
yeah.
which are great, like they're perfect for this. Like I'm so happy I'm not a girl that has to go out on deck every time I need a piss. Like it is a godsend. But like then you're like, oh, brilliant! I'm just sat here now with my John Thomas having a piss with a naked bloke right behind me. Like literally, his feet are on the ceiling to stretch his legs, and his ring piece is about 4 centimeters from the bar. You know what I mean? Having a piss here, and now I've got to reverse all this and undo it again, and then get back down and get back to sleep. But we ended up going like tip to toe the other way around, like filling the footwell with all the stuff, and then going the other way around, and it was actually quite bearable. But the downside is obviously I just get constant third and fourth eye intrusion into my negative personal space. So,
Yeah, it must be tough, man. It must be tough. I'm mindful that
yeah,
we've
but
kept you on
yeah.
for a bit longer here than you were
No,
aiming
it's
to.
all right. I've been looking forward to rambling to you, like, and just being able to swear a little bit when I'm talking, because obviously on the socials and that, you've got to be very careful what you say.
You got to
So,
keep it PG, haven't you? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What's the
yeah. So,
coolest thing you've seen so far, then, mate?
well, it's not Billy's ring piece. I know that. So the coolest thing for me was day breaking that we caught, bro. I don't know whether you saw those clips, but we got like there was massive
Whale.
whales on like literally day one that were doing like full breaches about 40 meters off the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we just
Amazing.
aired them, and then they carried on kind of parallel us on the way. But when they come up and vent, we could just air that for about 20 minutes, and then that was definitely the coolest thing. wildlife we've seen. It's been a bit sparse, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then other than that, the other coolest thing I've seen is when we've had a snack pack come down. I've actually got one with Percy Pigs in, because we managed to get Percy Pigs in Australia from Coles, right? So the girls bought about like 60 packets of them. They control all like the food and the snacks and that from theirs. So they're like the fucking mafia, mate, to tell you. I think me and Billy just get the dregs, and every now and again we're allowed something nice. So when like we must have done something good or something, and then we get a snack pack with like a bag of Colin the Caterpillars or Percy Pigs in, and I'm just like, you absolutely fucking dancer, like this has made me day. And I'm like, right, you're not 4 years old, make them last, and then they just go in about 4 mouthfuls. But yeah. Seeing a bag of Percy Pigs is pretty gnarly for me at the minute, mate. That's as good as it gets.
That's insane, isn't it? It's just like I seen you guys celebrating your midway point with the cans. You know what I mean? The cans.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. We bought enough to celebrate every 1,000 miles, I think, and halfway, which was great until they were in the locker, and then like 60% of them just burst. So we've got 2 cans left for the whole journey now. After we did it before the other day.
What animals rowing all that way and took fucking Coke Zero?
That was me. That was me.
What are you doing, Glenn? Come on, treat yourself to a bit of sugar, mate.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we got enough sugar from the food and the snack packs and that as well. But I thought, you know what I mean? Like, being a modern man and everything, you've got to toe the line and try to lead by example. So I thought a bit of Coke Zero would appeal to the tree huggers or whatever. But that's why it was there. So, I think so. But yeah, and they were in multi-packs as well.
Percy Pigs.
Not the vegan ones, mate. They wouldn't get on board. No chance. To be honest, the only reason Coke Zero's here is we've been in Costco for about fucking 3 hours. Like when we were buying all the stuff, like on a Saturday, it was like my nightmare because it was so busy. It was horrendous. It was worse than IKEA. And we've been in there for about like 3 hours. Like we ended up spending like about $2,500 on all the snack pack stuff and other stuff. And we were just at the end of our tethers. No, it's just like, just get them in the fucking basket now. We're going. Like I don't care what's in them snack packs. Like the drinks, just fucking put them in there. Like we're going. Like with 3.5 hours or something in Costco was
you had the rough ride before you set off with the food, not didn't you?
Oh
yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, I won't go into that now. That's a whole different story in itself. But yeah, obviously we left about 3 weeks late. Spent a load more money, had to buy the food twice, and all the rest of it. And it was pretty epic. That up and down and an emotional roller coaster in itself. Just thinking about it now, mate. All of that was like within like day 40, week coming to the end of week 6, mate. All of that was like 9 weeks ago now. Which seems a lifetime ago. Like it really. Yeah. Thinking about it, actually, I had a shit in the Costco as well. Just talking about it, was just thinking about nice food. I had one in Costco then because it was actually quite a nice toilet for such a big place. I did have one there. Yeah, so sorry, but yeah, there we go.
I fucking love you, Glyn.
No, sound. So, am I all right calling it there? Because, like, the other thing
is, you stayed on longer than we thought you were going to.
Doing everything, so
yeah, of course, man.
No sound. So I think see how we're getting on. But I reckon next time we speak should probably be in Kenya, unless something dramatic happens and our messages and say he's a fucking got away with this, lads, whatever. But if we plan for this. It's worked out well, and you know what I mean? We're halfway now, and then if we get to Kenya, then I can get like a proper download with you, and then we'll be sorted if that's all right. And
brilliant, mate. Yeah.
That'd be ace, mate.
Oh, Laura sends a love as well.
Send our love to Laura and everyone else on the boat. Like Billy and Susanna as well. These are all absolute champions. Like I can't believe what you're doing.
It's incredible.
Oh, yes. One thing on the Starling. That's what I was going to ask. If any of your followers, right, you listen to this, if you've got any contacts in Starling or anyone we can speak to about getting a better deal or something or whatever, that would be absolutely amazing for us because it's killing us at the minute. You know what I mean? If anyone knows anyone at Starlink or has got any ideas how to get a better deal, if they can let yous know, and then obviously yous will tell me, that'd be absolutely mega.
Yeah,
Be
we'll put it
awesome,
out
yeah.
there. We'll put the word out there, mate. Definitely.
Nice one. Sound.
Good man. All the best,
All
Billy.
right.
Stay strong. Keep paddling. One day at a time, pal.
Yeah. Nice one. All right. Good to see you,
Cheers,
lads.
Glenn. See
Good
you,
lad.
mate.
See you,
Nice
mate.
one. See you later. Bye bye.
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 Ah, it was
Insane.
brilliant, that wasn't it?
Yeah, and we got all of the dirty gossip on the bucket situation, didn't we? Like he went into way more detail about that than I thought he was going, which was brilliant.
He did. He did. It's got me thinking, like, is there any way I can like use AI to manipulate some video, like cartoon imagery of him as he's telling the story for a video?
Yeah, you're definitely going to do some AI accompaniment to that story now. But to be fair, his facial expressions alone while he's describing all that is class. I just every while he was telling that whole story, as soon as he said about Laura doing it down the front of the boat rather than the back, I just had these visions right of like basically them being there paddling with the headphones in whilst Laura's down the other end of the boat and then just flicking it with the oar accidentally. Do you know what I mean? I'm so
Back onto
sorry,
the
Laura. I
boat.
know you're going to kill me afterwards, but it's
Back onto the boat.
oh, it's great, isn't it? But yeah, guys, remember what they're doing it for, right? They're doing it. They're not doing it for the fun of it, right? They're doing it for Race Against Dementia and Rock to Recovery. You can go and support, follow along and support what they're doing on monkeyfistadventures.com is where you
Yeah.
go to. Monkey Fist Adventures, exactly
Yeah.
like it
Monkey
sounds.
and then fist as in like a fist, like
Yeah,
monkeyfistadventures.com.
yeah. Go and give them some love, go and give them support, follow them on the socials and all of that kind of stuff. Like, you've seen there how tough it must be for them guys doing what they're doing. So share their posts if you can't donate. Just give them some love. Even the messages probably keep them going. You know what I mean? Like I've been sending messages to Laura and Glyn pretty much constantly, just trying to give them something to break the norm. And as Glyn just asked there, if there's anyone out there in our listeners who can do anything to help them with their Starlink situation, because by the sounds of it, they're getting a bit of a raw deal.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure they'll appreciate that. And who knows, you might even get the buckets to keep afterwards if you ask nicely. But
Yeah. And they could even sign it for you.
yeah, yeah, sign the ship bucket for you. There you go. Bit of a ship present, but I don't know what else you'd take off a boat.
Anyway, on that note, I think we'll wrap it up. But that was, I mean, yeah, massive thanks to Glenn for doing that. And
Yeah.
and he reached out to us as well, which we were gonna reach out to them, but he reached out to us first and said he wants to jump on. So, and it sounds like we've helped him out a little bit there because it's just a bit of normality for him, and he's helped us out massively with some hilarious content with the stuff he told us. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just good, isn't it, to get them on the buzzer for a little bit, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
like
it's
it's
nice. We
clearly
have
been
been
a
genuinely
struggle,
thinking of them as well. So it's nice to get that update, because we've been, I won't say we've been worried about them, but it's we see these videos and it's not the same as when you can actually connect with them and have a chat. So that was
Just,
nice.
I mean, if anyone who goes and follows them, you'll see, right, like the videos that they've been putting on out, like I don't want to sound negative here, but there's just been this gradual descent into madness. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what Glyn looks like there versus what Glyn looked like when we last spoke to him. He looks like, I don't know, you probably noticed as well, but he looks like a completely different bloke, doesn't he? He's
yeah, he
he's
does.
like
Yeah,
barely
yeah,
recognizable. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
they're going through the ringer. So you know what I mean? Like the least we can do, being warm and safe on dry land, right, is just get some eyes on their stuff. You know what I mean? Give them some
yeah,
love, send them encouraging messages, all of that kind of stuff. Because what they're doing is insane, right? Like rowing pretty much non-stop, like 2 hours on, 2 hours off for 100 days. Like just imagine doing anything in that
yeah,
routine. Like it would be insane. You know what I mean? And now
yeah,
something so
exactly. Yeah,
physically demanding as rowing on oceans that have got like swells the size of houses and stuff. Just I can't even picture what that's like.
yeah, it'd be
The
mental.
scale of it's just insane.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Crazy, it really is crazy. But yeah, like you said there, we'll have a catch up with him. Hopefully at the end. If not, maybe a little bit more further down the line if he's got some fun stuff to tell us.
Juicy goss, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, if you're listening, guys, stay strong, keep rowing. Everyone's rooting for you. Everyone who's following along's got you in their thoughts and wishes. So crack on, guys, and remember what you're doing it for.
yeah, exactly, 100%. Okay, Chris, have you got anything else you want to add, mate?
Yeah.
No. And that well, this has been it. Another episode. I don't know what number we're on, but we're not going to dwell on that.
Two
I
two
think it's
sixty two.
262. That was going to be my guess, genuinely. So
Yeah.
I'm normally off,
Crazy
but
though, isn't it?
I know it is, mate. I know. We're gonna have to try and do something for the 3,000. Geez, 300th episode.
Our
If I'm
3000th
still doing this when we're
episode.
at like episode 3,000, I'll be very happy that I'm still alive.
Hello. This week on Major's Mess Hall,
Yeah.
Gav tries not to shit himself.
Again.
Again.
Right. Okay, guys, take it easy, and we will be back with another episode, probably in a few weeks' time, maybe sooner.
Cheers, guys.
See ya. See you, Chris.
See you, mate.